But right now, time to hit the skins at 7 o'clock.
Let's hit them.
All right, Cakes, we probably are sleeping on the fact that Jayden Daniels, according to Grant Paulson and others, underwent an MRI.
Oh, I'm not sleeping on it.
After Thursday's loss to the Packers. We saw him limp around. There was a play or two where he kind of got hit and was, limping around a little bit. You always get a little bit anxious, but, he continued, played through the game. They said afterwards that he was limping, after the game. Obviously, the Commanders, they took notice of that, and they did give him an MRI. Now, J.P. Finley is saying that there's some concern, but it doesn't seem to be anything major. Jay Glazer also touched on it and basically said Daniels is day-to-day. Mm-hmm. Essentially, the thinking is, now there's going to be, I think they're going to address it today, right? DQ or
Dan Quinn's going to address it.
Yes.
Essentially, they say he could miss some practice time, maybe be limited. Dr. David Chow, who's one of those guys who comments on injuries online. He's an injury expert for SiriusXM NFL Radio and Fox Sports Radio. Said he wasn't concerned about Daniels receiving an MRI. Here's his quote. MRIs are given out like candy at Halloween. You have no idea how often players get MRIs. We did it all the time, and it's even more now. He says, we saw the play where Jayden Daniels got hit on his right side. Right leg, right knee. I don't think there's structural damage. Is he sore? Sure. Did he limp a little bit? Sure. I mean, it's football. It's a collision sport. He says basically he's probably more hurt than he is injured.
He took a lot of hits in that game.
Yeah.
So, a lot of hits because, what was he? I think quarterback hits was maybe single digits, but when you add in the amount of runs he had, he was close to like 20
he was sacked 4 times. I think he was hit 12.
And then throw in the runs.
Yeah, so maybe, it
was close to 20.
Close to 20, maybe. Yep.
So I think if it was something serious that would potentially cause him to miss a game or two or more, I'm pretty sure that would leak by now. I think the leaks that we're getting is that there's some concern, but it's nothing major. I think that's probably what it is. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to feel a lot better when I hear them just kind of explain it today, hopefully. Maybe Jayden has to miss a couple practices. Either way, offensively, we have to be better. There's some of the experts now, they're starting to chime in a little bit. Some ex-players are chiming in. I don't know if you saw Aqib Talib, of all people. He's doing some, I don't know. He's doing some analysis work. I think he was on with Kay Adams.
Okay.
And he said the blueprint is out on the Commanders.
Oh, okay.
That D coordinators around the league. He didn't explain what the blueprint is. But he said, they had an entire offseason last year. The Cliff Kingsbury, Jayden Daniels combo was new. And now the D coordinators around the league, I think there's probably some truth to that. That obviously coordinators looked at what the Commanders did in the offseason and are trying to come up with schemes to maybe slow them down. Des Bryant, though, chimed in on Twitter, and he said he doesn't think the blueprint is out. He thinks that the game plan was just too conservative. I might agree a little bit with both those guys. I'm sure there's somewhat of a blueprint out on different ways to approach the Commanders this year, but I also think kind of the approach was a little conservative. I
agree more with Des. I've seen Aqib Talib. He's part of, I guess it's an internet show, YouTube show.
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas' Gridiron, whatever the heck he calls his show. Gilbert Arenas is now doing a football show with Skip Bayless. Aqib Talib is a regular. I don't know if Skip Bayless is on all the time.
No idea.
So those guys, I see it online, and like they had Richie Incognito. I don't know if he's a regular, but I've seen enough of just like the clips of Talib to feel like he's kind of a donk as a commentator.
Wasn't he doing games for Fox and maybe not anymore?
It lasted very short.
Yeah. So I saw him when he was interviewed with Kay Adams. Don't know what else he's doing, but I'm sure it's working with Gil.
Yeah. I just think they got beat by a better team.
They got beat by a better team, but I also don't think they had the world's greatest game plan.
Well, but just look at the Lions' output. The Lions, who put up how many points yesterday?
52
points.
52.
Were held to 13 by the Packers defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers defense is legit.
Does it make you
Packers
feel...
defense shut down Jahmyr Gibbs. I knew he had one long scamper, just missed the end zone. Yeah. They got their running game going yesterday. Obviously, Jared Goff had a big game, and the Packers shut him down.
Does it make you feel a little better that they did so well against the Giants, and Giants had such a strong offensive output against the Cowboys?
Sure.
Makes you feel a little bit better about our defense, right? Not like it's totally like, oh, write it off. The Giants are horrible. That effort meant nothing.
Yeah, and I also think teams have bad games.
I just think week to week the league is just unpredictable.
I think that's true.
That part is
definitely true. That's definitely true. But it's not like they can't score. Obviously, they can.
I mean, 2 weeks into the season, there's only 8 teams that are 2-0.
Look, if the
75% of the league has at least one loss.
I want to see what happens in the late game tonight of the 2 Monday night games. Like if the Raiders offense looks good 2 weeks in a row, and Geno Smith is dealing it, and Ashton Genty breaks out, he had a rough week 1, then I'll be a little bit concerned about the Raiders coming into town next weekend. But if they look flat and they can score 13 points or 17 points against the Chargers tonight, I'll have my guard down a little bit. Just want to see what they look like.
Well, I mean, I think these injuries are going to be impactful for Washington.
Well, they've lost 2 guys for sure, right, for the season,
Yes.
Austin Eckler and Dietrich Wise. And some people are suggesting, I'm stealing this from Rigo's Rag, John Portis from SB Nation is suggesting, Valdez, that the Commanders snatch Brent Urban from the Ravens practice squad. Now, he's a guy that's very experienced. He's also 34 years old. So it kind of fits the mold of just grabbing another old fart. What can you tell us about Brent Urban over the last couple years?
He's not bad. He's got long arms. Like it's nice when he bats passes down. That's probably his biggest quality is that he's got long arms.
They say over the last 3 seasons, he's played basically about 25% of the defensive snaps. Well, he also plays a little bit of special teams. And he's 6'7". So that guy, Wise is a big guy too, right?
Yeah,
he's like
6'5",
6'5", like 285.
So it kind of fits the mold. Let me see here. So Austin Eckler, obviously torn Achilles tendon. Look for the Commanders. They'll probably activate Chris Rodriguez, right? That makes all the sense in the world. And did they re-sign? They released a punter, Mitch Wishnowsky from the practice squad, and they re-signed the tight end Lawrence Cage.
Do they call him the Bootin' Onion or the Bloomin' Onion?
The Boomin' Onion.
The
Boomin' Onion. Yeah.
Any update on Noah Brown?
I haven't heard.
Okay.
I'll give you an update. Still injured and injury prone. There's your update on Noah Brown.
Can I give you a couple other names that I think are still out there? Preston Smith.
Preston Smith is just floating around at this point?
I believe he's still out there. He was released by the Steelers in February. Jadeveon Clowney.
Cowboys are signing him.
Clowney just signed.
Because
he did.
They saw they were like,
did sign him.
Can anybody get any pressure on Russ Wilson before he throws another moonball? No, let's sign Clowney.
Wow,
he's your Micah replacement.
So they signed him in the last 24 hours.
Yes.
Because as of the time of this article, he was still out there.
They signed him yesterday after the game.
Yeah. He said we need an upgrade.
How do you say Yannick Ngakoue?
Ngakoue. He hit Terp.
He was released by the Patriots.
He's had a pretty long NFL career.
Right.
He's been in the league, I want to say 8 or 9 years, maybe 10.
So, I don't know. Maybe he could potentially be signed.
You kick the tires on these guys and bring them in, see if they have anything left.
On their practice squad, they have Jalen Holmes and TJ Magaranga-Yanga.
His name is his last name.
Magaranga-Yanga. Magaranga-Yanga. I think I'm saying it correctly.
Margarita.
I think Ken Norton said it better.
I don't believe he played college ball.
Magaranga.
Here we go. Here's his name. That's the guy.
And then they still have Ricky Barber, D tackles Ricky Barber, and my guy Sheldon Day, who's made some plays when given an opportunity.
I don't know
like
who Ricky
him.
Barber is. So
I don't know Ricky Barber either.
As an aside,
He sounds like somebody from like Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah.
as an aside, none of you guys knew who Terrence Crawford was, which I thought was ridiculous. Terrence Bud Crawford.
I still don't know who he is.
I stayed up to watch the fight.
I know Carl Crawford.
And Mike Marr can attest to this. I was falling asleep in the prelim, but somehow I got a second wind, and then once the ring entrances start, I'm all in. Kind of a dud of a fight. I think it ended at 2 a.m. Mike
was-
Mark.
It was way too late. In boxing, they like kind of just shoot themselves in the foot. It takes like 45 minutes to do the entrances, the anthems.
That's insane. That is insane behavior to end it at 2 a.m. Eastern time.
They had like a mariachi band out there. They had so much going on.
Hey, Terrence Crawford represented America well, though.
Oh, he did.
Plus money.
I mean,
that was a nice win. Our parlay didn't hit. Mine definitely didn't hit.
Mine did.
But
I put Crawford in there with a couple of other football games. I think I hit on a parlay with Crawford.
Let's go to Brian.
Sure.
This might be one of the most interesting comments yet so far online.
I'm seeing it. That is a
Let's
wacky.
go to Brian. He's got a suggestion for what the Commanders need.
This is wild.
To put us over the hump.
Brace yourselves, everybody.
Brian, calling from La Plata. Hey, Brian.
Hey, y'all. What's up? Good morning. Happy Monday. Yeah, I'm Brian from La Plata. You know, I was just questioning DQ's. Hindsight's 2020. But Coach DQ let go of Emmanuel Forbes and Brian Robinson. Mm-hmm. We desperately need both of those guys back.
You think we desperately
we need to trade everything? Emmanuel Forbes is now a starter for the Rams, and we need corners desperately. Now,
well, just because he got a start for the Rams doesn't mean he's a great player.
He got beat deep. I don't know if it was a touchdown, but it was a long pass yesterday. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I just know that Coach DQ let him go after one pass interference call last season, and I know the new management doesn't like the guys that were already there. They like to bring in their own guys. I've been on the other end of that.
Well, Brian,
my own personal
they like
life.
the guys that were drafted by the former regime if they can actually play. Guys like Terry McLaurin, guys like that. When the guys they picked can't play, they tend to move on from them.
He might be a valuable piece, but I think it's too early to bail on what they have at corner. They had a bad game this past week against the Green Bay Packers.
You see that Lattimore is taking some heat because he's basically blaming the officials somewhat.
I think he's done that for his entire careir.
Yeah, he's basically saying the game wasn't officiated fairly.
Well, look, he's got a big big chance to prove himself right and to prove that he's not as bad as some people think. This is going to be a big game for him.
He's got a lot of pressure on him.
He does
perform well.
He does.
And don't worry about Brian Robinson. Brian's done very little, I think, with San Francisco. Just kind of done what he's always done. Just role player type numbers. I think Chris Rodriguez will easily fill his shoes.
Yeah,
when given the opportunity.
Hey, we have a Canelo caller. I'm into that.
We do. Doesn't necessarily hit the skins, but I'll do it for you.
They definitely don't. They're not in desperate need of those guys.
No, of course not.
Let's go to Eric.
Specifically Forbes.
They're in desperate need to get the offense going.
Yeah.
Eric, what's up?
Gentlemen.
Yeah, what's up?
Morning. I don't know which one of y'all is the fan dude reject like me. Parlay, love the parlays. I can't remember.
We all like.
We
parlays.
all love parlays.
Yeah, we all. I mean, we never hit them, but we like them.
I know when I used to call. I mean, when I called in, he was always one that I always listened to because he was like me, like looked at parlays for any little thing.
It's probably Jason. Jason's probably the most sicko addicted gambler of the group.
Okay. No, buddy of mine went out to the fight, and you got to understand too, it's Vegas time, so fight didn't start till like 9 something out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's late for us out here because it did come on. It seemed like it did come on super late for this fight. And
I mean, look, I watch a lot of boxing matches. I watch a lot of UFC. This one was in particularly late. I mean, usually they probably start about a half an hour, 45 minutes before this one started.
I don't know how you do it, honestly, unless it was like an amazing rager of a party I was at. Around 10 o'clock, I pretty much...
Those guys
I start falling asleep.
They could be fighting bare knuckle in my basement, and somebody woke me up at 2 a.m. and said, hey, Alvarez and is it Crawford are fighting in your basement. Yeah. Go down and watch. And I would say, I'm good.
No, but it's not that.
I'm sleeping.
That's just because you don't care about it. I'm just saying.
It's also 2 a.m.
No, I know. I'm just saying that my body physically, I can't. Like Jason often says things like that.
I can't stay up. I can't.
I have a hard time staying up past like 10:30, like on a Friday night, Saturday night. Like I go to bed.
I don't really have a problem.
I don't know how you could do it.
That's why I DVR Commanders games and watch them at 3 a.m. I can't stay up until midnight.
The fight actually started on a Sunday. That's how late it started.
That's a good point.
You know.
All right.
And it started on a Sunday. And no, buddy of mine, he put in a ticket for the going the distance and Bud winning it plus $250. I think he put $1,000 down for it. So I told him to put a little something in on me. So
real DJ.
I'm gonna meet him in Atlanta, and then he's gonna give me my money for the game in a couple of weeks.
You guys ever hear Venmo?
Nice. All right, Eric. All right, buddy. Thank you. We got a real DJ in there, boy.
So you won 2,500
flight.
I don't know.
Maybe you don't want to Venmo 2,500.
They bet 1,000.
Yeah, send it in the mail. I'm not hopping a flight to Atlanta to go get paid.
He's probably going there to hang out.
Yeah,
He's going to see his boy.
fine.
So antisocial.
Yeah, I am.
All right, we got Mike Jones coming up, right?
Mike Jones
Go
from The
around the
Athletic
league.
will join us. We'll go around the NFL next here on the Junkies.